Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. So for today's episode, we're talking about the Miami Heat's newest addition, Norman Powell, and why I think he should come off the bench as the Miami Heat's sixth man. And I know what some of you may be thinking. He's a proven scorer. He is someone who has improved year after year, played really well with the Clippers last year, was a borderline all-star, averaged over 21 points per game. And this is someone that should start theoretically, right? Because he's one of the five best players on the Miami Heat. He might be the third best, fourth best player on this team. So why would he come off the bench? Like, why would that make sense? But I think it does make sense. And trust me, having Norman Powell lead the second unit is not only a smart move, but it's something that could unlock almost the best version of this Miami Heat team as we're hoping for them to bounce back after a terrible season last year. With all the Jimmy Butler distractions, him getting traded, injuries, the Miami Heat getting into the play-in once again and getting swept in the first round, I think this Miami Heat team will improve with some continuity with players like Andrew Wiggins on the roster now with the full training camp. He's going to have a full preseason and a full year with the Heat, getting Davion Mitchell for the full year. Nikola Jović improving at Eurobasket. Pelle Larsson, playing at Eurobasket and the Summer League, looking better. And guys who want to bounce back like Jaime Jaquez. And then, of course, having Bam Adebayo and Tyler Herro leading the way. So I think Norman Powell is going to bring a lot to this Miami Heat team. We got him for absolutely nothing. He is an absolute bucket getter. He's averaged double digits throughout his entire career. Like I mentioned, scored 21 points per game last season with the LA Clippers. He's efficient from deep. He's fearless when it comes to attacking the rim. He's the kind of guy who can generate his own shot. That's something that the Miami Heat have been lacking, especially after trading Jimmy Butler. When the offense stalls, which it does and did a ton the past few years, the Miami Heat have gone on huge stretches and droughts where no one can score a bucket for the Miami Heat except for Tyler Herro, basically. And when Bam gets his rest, there's no one that can come off the bench that has been an elite scorer for this team. And off the bench, if Norman Powell is that sixth man, he wouldn't be competing with Tyler Herro. He wouldn't be competing with Bam Adebayo. He wouldn't be competing with Andrew Wiggins for shots, for usage, for touches right away. And instead, he's going to get the green light off of the bench to do what he does best. That's attack, that's score, that's punishing opposing second units who are lesser players. And he's a 32-year-old veteran who's improved every single year offensively. And so think of him as potentially as our Jamal Crawford, as our Lou Williams, someone off the bench who can come in right away and take over and who could score. And having Tyler Herro take a break and then having someone else who could score 20 plus points off of the bench would be freaking huge. He's a microwave type scorer. You could score 10 points in like 3 or 4 minute stretches and completely swing a game. And so I think that's what the Miami Heat needs, is someone who could score off of the bench. And we don't have that scoring punch that's guaranteed off the bench right now with Davion Mitchell, with Pella, who's only a second-year player, with Nikola Jović, who's only 22 years old, like Jaime Jaquez. Like, these guys are not elite scorers off the bench. And so what gets me excited too is that when you pair Norman Powell with Nikola Jović in that second unit, then that could be a fun duo off of the bench and a fun duo that can play a good two-man game off of each other. Because Jović has operated as a point forward. He likes to operate with the ball in his hands. He loves to push the pace. He likes to create mismatches. He likes to find open teammates. He's one of our best transition basketball players on this roster. You put Norman Powell next to him, and you've got a 1-2 punch where Jović can handle. He can draw the defense. He can kick it out to Powell, who's either spotting up, who's a great catch and shoot shooter, or he's slashing to the rim, or even a good pull-up shooter as well. So this duo could absolutely play very well together and possibly torch benches. Like, Nico's three-point shot, has gotten better over time. Nico, his ability to handle the ball, to dribble, to get to the rim, looks good. Like, his back to the basket game has even improved. He's 22 years old. He's improving. Put a veteran next to him who also will get attention. That's going to be good for Nico. Powell also, again, has the ability to run in transition perfectly. which fits with Jovic's style. So I think playing with the younger guys like Pella, like Nico, like Jaime could be huge for him. And he's going to operate and lead that second unit. He is someone who could play with the ball in his hands. He could play off ball as well if you want Nico to run that point forward off of the bench. And he's just another ball handler you have off of the bench who's going to be a better ball handler than Jaime and Pella because they're both obviously very young players. So having him open based on Jovic's playmaking in the corners, spotting up for open threes also when he's off ball would be huge. So that chemistry, if they can build that, could potentially turn Miami's bench from a weakness into a strength. And we also have good depth, which is a good thing this year, which gives us added strength in case we do have injuries. But like we need that firepower and that scoring punch off the bench. So that's why I think Norman Powell should come off the bench. And another reason why we shouldn't start him. I don't think we shouldn't start him. I think I can go either way if he starts or not. But one of the answers of why maybe it makes more sense for him to come off the bench is fit. Tyler Herro is starting. He's going to be our main guy. You don't want to take away usage from him. He's 25 years old. He's only getting better, especially offensively, not defensively, of course. But you want the ball in Tyler's hands. You want Tyler obviously not taking a backseat when it comes to his shots or his usage from last season. I want his usage to go up slightly. I want his shot attempts to go up slightly. And you need a backcourt mate that like balances him out defensively. That's the key. Defense. That's where Davion Mitchell can come in off of instead of playing Davion off the bench, which is what is speculated that Davion's going to be the sixth man off of the bench. I think you put him next to Tyler because Mitchell is a defensive bulldog. He fits in with the Miami Heat culture. He's a defensive first type of player. His three-point shooting has drastically improved since he joined the Miami Heat team. So Tyler can be on ball, obviously. Davion can be on ball too. So you have another ball handler, someone who's a better distributor than Powell. I don't think Davion is a true point guard or a great point guard or even a better player than Powell in general, but he is another playmaker. He is someone who's improving on that end. He's someone who can get to the rim. He's very quick. And playing next to Tyler Herro, obviously he can take on the tougher guard assignments and apply pressure full court. He could be that point of attack defender with Andrew Wiggins, with Bam Adebayo. We rotate a lot. We do a lot of switch or zone defense. Having him out there is going to be huge. That means Tyler Herro could have more freedom to focus on scoring and to focus on playmaking, while Davion focuses more on defense and the hustle plays. A Herro Mitchell backcourt, I think, makes the most sense. I think it's a better fit than Herro and Powell as a starting unit. Again, offensively, Tyler leads the team, while defensively, Davion leads the backcourt. Then you have Bam Adebayo, and you have possibly Kel'el Ware or Jović. Not sure who's going to start. I think you probably Kel'el Ware is going to start next to Bam to start the season because we know Bam doesn't want to play as a center. He'd rather play at the power forward position, meaning Kel'el naturally is a center. He could play in the rim protector and in the box in the dunker spot. That means Bam could be free to roam around. He's shooting more threes. He shoots that corner three really well. He shoots that top of the above break, top of the key three very well. So I think this creates a balanced starting lineup where now you have Davion as a plus defender. Then you have Wiggins, if he tries harder this season, is a good defender. You got Bam Adebayo, and then Kel'el Ware. That's a work in progress. He's only a second-year player, but he showed a knack for rim protection using that length and that frame, and that could be a solid lineup. And then off the bench, again, you have Nico, you have Norman as the sixth and seventh guy off the bench, and then you have Pella and Jaime as like the eighth and ninth guy off the bench, and then you have Simon Fontecchio based on lineups or if we need more 3-point shooting off the bench, and that's a solid bench. And again, Powell will provide that offense and lead that second unit, and I think the defense again is going to get better. And then for the starting lineup with Davion in that starting lineup, but then the offense is not going to fall off a cliff when the starters go out off the bench. So that's key. The other thing is when he's coming off the bench as a sixth man, like he's still going to play like 30 minutes per game. He's going to be on the floor when in the second quarter when the starters rest. Most importantly, he's also going to be in the closing lineups, I'm assuming, when the Heat need a bucket in the fourth quarter. If Tyler Herro is getting double teamed or blitzed or just having an off night, that's where Norman Powell comes in as a closer, someone who's clutch. That's what Eric Spoelstra will do, is give him crunch time minutes as long as he's earned them, and he's still going to close. And again, Spo can come up with so many different now lineups to close. Like, who cares about the starting lineup? It's all about the closing lineup, honestly. It's going to be dependent on matchups on any given night. But if he wants to go really small, he can go a lineup where it's Davion Mitchell, because of his defense and his 3-point shooting. Tyler Herro at the 2, Norman Powell at the 3, and then you can go maybe Wiggins at the 4, Bam at the 5, or depending again on the matchups for who's playing well that night, maybe you can have Nico at the 4 and Bam at the 5, or you can have Bam at the 4 and you have Kalel at the 5, and it's you know Tyler, it's Wiggins, it's Norman, it's Bam, it's Jović. Who knows? There's so many different permutations that Eric Spoelstra can come up with based on who's playing well and based on matchups. But either way, by staggering Powell to lead the bench unit, the Heater, again, like I mentioned, they're going to avoid their biggest problem from last season, from the season before, the offense falling off a cliff when the starters sat. But also the starters like Tyler Herro, Bam Adebayo, other players, Wiggins got cold at times, blew 15 or 17 double-digit fourth quarter leads because we couldn't also defend, but we couldn't score. And that's going to be huge. And instead of relying on young players or streaky shooters like the Davion Mitchells, the Pelle Larsons, the Jaimes, you've got a proven guy who can give you probably anywhere from like 17 to 20 points per game in Norman Powell running the second unit, running that show. This keeps Miami Heat's offense steady for all 48 minutes, all fourth quarters. Meanwhile, starting Davion Mitchell next to Tyler Herro, that keeps the defense from bleeding. He's going to help with the point of attack, especially at the beginning of the game. You don't want to obviously be in a deficit, so he's going to help balance that starting lineup with defense. He can bring them offense as well. Davion Mitchell, played really well in the play-in tournament. Also, just in general, his three-point shooting was like 43%, which was career high for him. So I think that's going to be huge. Norman Powell is going to be one of the most important players on this roster next season. He's going to bring value, and I think that value comes from being a sixth man. I think that's going to be the most important role for him, coming off the bench, being our Jamal Crawford, being our our Lou Williams, our Jordan Clarkson. Just be that microwave scorer who can get hot and then run that second unit with the youngsters as that veteran, one of the older players on our roster. And he'll give Miami, again, consistent scoring, which can run perfectly with Nikola Jović in transition. I think that's going to be huge, watching them develop a chemistry. Davion and Tyler, I think that's going to be a solid fit. And I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think Norman Powell should be coming off the bench or start right away? I initially thought starting made most sense because start your 5 best players, but based on fit, I think he fits better off the bench. So let me know your thoughts. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more Miami Heat content. Thanks for watching.